Hey there everybody, it is May 16th and I thought I'd do a quick little video this morning. It's supposed to rain today so it's kind of overcast and cloudy right now, but it's kind of nice outside. There's mosquitoes are not bothering me too much, but I just put some fish food into the pond. It's early in the morning, it's only 8 o'clock, but I'm feeding the fish a little bit early this morning to see how they react to that, but they seem like they're always hungry, so anyway, I threw some food in there for them, so they're swimming around this morning. But then I also saw that Tex is over there roaming around inside the flowers, so you can see the Texas wildflowers have really come up, so I'll go over there here in a second and film a little bit. But you can see all the greenery is coming back. The plants I planted along the edge of the pond here, they're doing good. The elephant ear is coming up, it's doing good. The papyrus looks really good over there, and of course the horsetail looks real beautiful. It's really green and it's spreading out. In fact, I probably should trim some of it because I see one branch is falling over there on that side, and so I should trim that and see if I can't repot that somewhere else, because that's how I guess you propagate that plant. But anyway, the plants look really good in here in the main pond with the koi. But here are some of the flowers over here in the Texas wildflower mix. That's actually an impatient that I planted over there. And then I planted some other kind of plant over there that's supposed to spread. Actually, there's two plants over there that's supposed to spread. They're like low-lying plants that will spread around. The Tex is in here roaming around inside the flower bed, so I'm not quite sure what she's up to, but she's roaming around, probably anticipating it raining, I bet. So she likes to do that. She comes out and roams around when it's about to rain. So anyway, the plants are looking really good. Hopefully it does rain so I don't have to water. Oh look, little Darwin's out. So Darwin has been staying out overnight out here, and actually Darwin and Zuko are both out, and look, they're sitting next to each other. They're getting along like they're friends. And Darwin's got a piece of celery in his mouth, chewing on it. Let's see if we can focus down a little bit more on him. He's just gonna sit there and hold it. He probably can feel, he can probably sense or hear Cinco on the other side, so that's probably why he's just kind of chilling right now. But there's Zuko. So Zuko's looking good, so they've been out getting food. I saw that Sokka is underneath the tree over there, so you guys can't see him, but he's under, there's a little hole that him and Darwin have both dug, like a little den up underneath that fallen tree right there. And so so one of them will be hanging out in there. So I think Darwin had to come inside for a day or two last week because it got down to the 60s out here at night, and so Darwin can't be outside when it's that cold. So Sokka took over that little den and has been in there ever since. And now I saw last night Darwin was actually inside one of the houses, relaxing or chilling. But anyway, it's really cool to see that she's out here getting along with the box turtles. So I kind of worried that I didn't know how they would get along. And we see she's chewing on some celery right there. So I have put like some of the celery parts that I don't eat, like the leafy parts, and some of the really green or light green stuff that's on the inside of the celery hearts when you pull them apart. So I put that stuff in there, and I'm not sure how much the box turtles like it, but I know that I put a little bit of it in Darwin's turtle table when he was inside, and that turtle, he shredded that stuff. Stuff was gone. So right now it looks like he's trying to figure out how to eat this celery stalk. I cut it up just a little bit, but it might be too thick. So anyway, that'll give him something to do all day. They got really nothing else to do. Oh, he just bit through it. So these turtles really got nothing better to do during the day but eat. There you see this, Darwin's got a big piece of celery, so enjoying that. And where is, oh, Sokka's turned himself around. Oh, and I see out of the corner of my eye over here that Tex is moving around over here now. So there's Tex. Cruising through the underbrush over there. And of course, as I'm standing here, of course, mosquitoes have decided to come over here and bite on me. So, nice. Where did Tex go? I can't see where she went. So, this little area is pretty much perfect for these turtles. There's lots of places for them to hide. There's places where they can get out and sit in the sun. So they really kind of like this little area, which is so much better than the area they were in last year. Where did Tex go? God, that turtle's fast. So it should be right over there by the hibiscus. And I cannot see her anywhere. Oh, there she is. So she's in there. She's right along the log and the hibiscus bush. She's right along there. So anyway, so Darwin got tired of dealing with the celery. Either that or she could sense that I was out here roaming around. But anyway, I got some manufactured food in there. It's called some turtle blend by Flukers, and I try to mix that in there with their salad. And I don't think any of the turtles liked it. I don't think the box turtles like it, and I don't think that Darwin likes it. They're not really used to it. They're so used to me bringing them lettuce and any different types of fruit that they just pretty much ignore the pellets. But anyway, I'll leave it in there. See if they like it, they like it. I had some sweet potato in there earlier, and I know I saw Sokka yesterday had a big piece of the sweet potato that it was eating. Let's see, Darwin's going into the other dish and seeing what there is to eat. Nope, looks like I can't see what, she grabbed something. I can't see what she grabbed. Anyway, this is the time of day where they come out. They come out early in the morning and look for food. They'll eat, and then they'll bask in the sun most of the day if the sun's out. In other words, they'll go find somewhere to hide and maybe hunt some little pill bugs. I know they eat those, and there's lots of those around here. So that's what that pond looks like. And there's Cinco. Hi, Cinco. Cinco's doing good. He's watching for the squirrel. There's a squirrel that lives over in that palm tree that it runs along the fence line, and it just loves to go over there by that palm tree over there. And so Cinco likes to keep an eye on that. So that's what he's up to. And so over here, we've got the turtle pond, and you can see the logs that I got from my neighbors, or the people that live down the street. So they cut down a tree, and then they set a bunch of wood just out, waiting for it to be picked up. And so I went and grabbed a couple of logs out of it, some of the nicer looking ones. So I thought that was a good looking one right there. But anyway, the turtles have been climbing all over them today, or yesterday. They were all over them yesterday. So they really like them. It's probably better than the rocks. I don't know why. Maybe they don't trust the rocks. Maybe they're too flat, or they just don't seem natural. But anyway, they rolled all over this one, and they were all over that one yesterday. So in fact, I saw them earlier this morning. One of them was already on this log right here early in the morning. So but anyway, there's lots of little mosquito fish in the pond. I know there's still some ghost shrimp in there. They're just hard to see. The water lettuce has really grown and taken over in there, and the roots go. I mean, like the roots are super long. So I don't know if you can see if I can focus in. You can. I don't know if you can see that or not, but the roots almost go all the way to the bottom of these of this water lettuce. And then there's my little project over there. Again, it's still swamped, but those plants are still growing. So the little lilies and plants I put in there are still growing. And then this flower, I forget what that kind of flower that is, but they are growing too, and actually they're blooming again. So they were blooming when I first bought the plant, and they're all the blooms kind of went off when I planted it, and then it poured down rain and swamped that area, and now they're blooming again. So I guess they like heavy water. So because there's still water sitting in that that tub, so there's still water sitting in there, and everything's just still growing. I'm trying to grow some of the horsetail in that. So let's see here. I'll show you. So you can see I got a piece of that horsetail sitting down in the ground, and what it will do is it'll start sprouting up, and so hopefully it'll keep growing. We'll see. But anyway, that's what it looks like. Let's see, is there anything else over here? The red velvet Elvis is about to bloom. So this is the red velvet iris, and you can see the flower just coming up. So when it finally blooms, I'll get a good picture of that and show you what the red velvet iris, the red velvet Elvis iris looks like. That is the zebra rush. It's doing okay, I think. It gets a lot more sun. It's just not growing as much as that horsetail over on the other side is. This plant, I have no idea what this is. I pulled it out of the river, and so I have no idea, but it's got a tiny little white flower on it. But anyway, I just threw it in the pond. It's not planted at all. It's just sitting in the pond, and it's growing. Like it was not this big, and apparently it loves this water. Apparently. And it's just all over the place. So, and of course the fake pond lilies look awesome. They look like they actually belong there, and they look pretty real with all this other stuff surrounding them. So, anyway, the turtles are in there somewhere. They do not come out. They are very slick and shy. They do not come out when I'm out, and I don't know what they do when Cinco's here. I should get a motion sensor out here and videotape during the day while I'm at school. Let's see what actually is going on here while I'm gone. So, because I do not know if they come out and hang out in the sun while Cinco's here, because Cinco stays outside with them. But I don't know. Cinco probably sleeps. He probably goes in the garage and sleeps in the garage. So I bet the turtles do come out and roam around quite a bit. So anyway, there's lots of places in here for the turtles to hide. Of course, they can stay under the water a lot, and just bring their noses up to the top of the water just to take a breath, and you would never even know that they were up there breathing. But anyway, there's lots of little rocks and things for them to climb on and hunt and do whatever else turtles do. It's supposed to rain today, so that water line will get up a little bit, hopefully. It needs to be filled up. The pond with the koi, that definitely needs to be filled up. So if it doesn't rain in the next day or two, which it's supposed to, you're gonna have to add a little water in from the garden hose. So anyway, that's what's going on here at the house. There's Cinco's way over there. Anyway, that's what's going on. So we'll see you next time.